What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. We have some important news for the Biden campaign. I'm going to get right into it. But first, a reminder, the form is due 4:30 Pacific time today. So fill it out as soon as you can, and I'm going to announce the winner tonight. All right. So I know that. So let's start off with um, the polling and betting odds. So all the polling, when you look at, for example, all the polling, national polling, when you look at it, it has had Biden consistently ahead, even at his low points, like in the beginning or of at the end of March. Like even at his low points, he was still ahead consistently. And as you can see here, he is kind of don't he's hitting a he had a really good day on the 2nd of June. It's now June 4th, and his lead has gone down by around 0.5% since then, but he still is maintaining a comfortable 7-point lead. Now, uh, a lot of Republicans like to say, oh, the polling was wrong in 2016, which, first of all, it wasn't. It was uh, on election day, the polls had Trump winning in Ohio and Florida. They're within the margin of error in Michigan, in North Carolina, and the only real shocker was was it was Wisconsin, and they also, just so you know, the polling had Trump ahead comfortably in Colorado or in Nevada. They had him ahead by a likely margin in Nevada, and they had him ahead by a lean margin in Colorado. So I don't want to hear that polling favors the Democrats more, because Hillary Clinton won Colorado and Nevada. She won Colorado by, I think, a likely margin, and she won Nevada by a lean margin. So yeah, I mean, first of all, I don't want to hear that. Now, they did get some states wrong. I already mentioned Wisconsin. Sorry, I already mentioned Wisconsin. They got that wrong, but they also got Pennsylvania wrong by, I think, 2.5 points. But they were within the margin of error in Michigan and North Carolina. So back to that. The polling doesn't favor the Democrats. That's a right wing talking point. And no, I'm not saying this just because I have a liberal bias. That's not true. Polls cannot be biased. You can't change uh, who says what to a question based on your political affiliation. I look at the polling for all states. Donald Trump is polling ahead in Georgia and Iowa. I think he's going to win both of those states. Joe Biden is polling ahead in Pennsylvania and Michigan. I think he's going to win both those states. So I'm not one of those people who says who only talks polling one way or another, because the polling has been wrong for both Democrats and Republicans. First of all, and second, he was very accurate in 2018. They only got a governor's race wrong, and that was in Florida, where the polls suggested that Andrew Gillum would have been, or he would have defeated Ron DeSantis. That didn't happen. But the polling has always had Biden ahead consistently. But if you look at the betting odds have had Trump ahead consistently. And a lot of, I know Red Eagle Politics, who has a right wing bias, he likes to talk about the betting odds a lot. I mean, and this has kind of been a warning sign. I mean, it stayed consistent, over here, but I mean, really, it got bad after George Floyd was shot on May 25th. It spiked after George Floyd was, or sorry, not shot, was murdered unjustly on May 25th. And I haven't talked about George Floyd a lot because I think I don't want to make it political, but all the odds agreed that Joe Biden is the man to beat right now. He reached a 50% chance of winning, and originally he had some low points like over here. In On March 28th, he only had a 40% chance of winning, and Donald Trump has the lead because he's the incumbent and because people have had confidence in his victory, or that he was going to win, even if they don't support him. That's changed now. Joe Biden now has almost a 50% chance of winning. 2 days ago, he did have a 50% chance of winning. Donald Trump is at 46% chance. So when you look at all this, this down here shows what you need to know. He had a I don't remember anything happening on March 15th. I mean, I don't know why he randomly pulled ahead. That's interesting, but Uh, he randomly pulled ahead on March 15th. I'm not going to talk about that, but he's had this consistent lead. Or Joe Biden randomly pulled ahead. Donald Trump has had this consistent lead until this is Joe Biden. Really, this is his biggest. Um, this is his biggest lead, I guess you could say, or divot in the redness. I mean, all the betting odds have had Biden ahead. I mean, consistently. So yeah, I'm not gonna I don't want to make a long video about this, but I'm just going to point out that the betting odds look very very good for Joe Biden right now, and starting in like mid April or uh, maybe after uh, Trump's approval fell after reaching its peak, I started saying I think that we have to be open to seeing a Joe Biden presidency because I was previously thinking I'm gonna have to cover 5 more years of Trump or 4 years 4 more years of Trump. I mean I did really not see a way, as like especially with Bernie Sanders, uh, for a while, um, it looked like he was gonna be the nominee. I did not see a path to victory for the Democrats. And all of a sudden, that changed where Biden became the front runner, and I started saying, "Hey, they have a good shot at winning this election." And then in mid-April, I kind of realized, "Hey, Donald Trump is not popular. This pandemic is not helping him. His one strong argument was the economy, and that certainly really did not help him for sure. Now, it's not Trump's fault entirely, but he could have done a lot more to respond to the pandemic, and his approval numbers are sinking fast. I mean, and the betting odds shows that George Floyd's shooting kind of reignited the Black Lives Matter movement. So yeah, this is interesting. I'm gonna keep you guys posted on this. I know I didn't make a video on this when Trump was ahead. That's not my bias. I just thought it would stay ahead consistently, but because I thought that Trump would be staying ahead consistent. I mean, like he had this little thing right here. I don't know why that happened again. I thought that Trump would stay ahead consistently, but no, apparently not, because he is trailing Biden by a pretty big margin compared to over here. I mean, and it looks like it's going to stay this way for a bit. When you go to JHK forecasts, if I can pull this up, uh, it is getting better and better for Biden. I mean, it was. I just want to look at the chart here. It's getting better and better for him. It's just getting better and better. I mean, this has been consistently. Um, this has been really, really uh, good for the Democrats at this point. So, yeah, that is essentially it. So please, if you're not subscribed already, please hit the like or please hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. To those of you all who are subscribed, you all are rock stars. Thank you so much. And I'm going to be releasing the results of the forum tonight. Uh, it'll be around, well, Eastern time. You probably won't be awake because it'll be around midnight Eastern time, and I'll be and yeah. So if you haven't voted, go vote quickly because the polls, I guess you could say, are closing very fast. So yeah, that's it, and I'll see you all later tonight where I announce the winners for each party's primary. Bye.